What's up everyone, and welcome back to a brand new series. Today's story actually comes from a what if mini that I did. A what if where Bardock is actually able to go Super Saiyan against Frieza. And I know some of you are probably already thinking, that's gonna do nothing. And yeah, that is kind of the point. But even if Bardock can't really do anything against Frieza, there's gonna be some pretty serious implications from this. And that's exactly why I decided to make this into an actual scenario. For this video, we'll set a like goal of 5,000 likes, and if we hit that, I'll continue this into a full story. Anyways, let's begin discussing what might have happened if Bardock went Super Saiyan against Frieza. AKA, what if the Saiyans never came to Earth? Our story begins in Bardock's battle with Frieza, right when Frieza launches his supernova attack. Bardock tries his best to counter it, and nothing's gonna work against it. The attack is just simply too powerful for him, but it's also a life or death situation. In that brief moment where he's almost killed by the attack, he suddenly feels something snap within him. A boost of power surges throughout him, and this power allows him to overcome Frieza's attack. It explodes into a brilliant display of fireworks. The scouters of everyone nearby explode. Even on planet Vegeta, the scouters on all the Saiyans currently explode. They notice something strange up above but didn't exactly know what was happening. But they have no clue what that power surge is, and Bardock doesn't know what it is either. He's changed. Something about him's different. And as the energy from the death ball completely dissipates, Frieza can finally make out what's happened. Bardock's changed, and he's stunned with fear. There's no way. That Saiyan, he's transformed. They're supposed to only become great apes. This makes no sense. He's never seen a golden hair transformation, and it hits him. This is exactly what he feared, and one of the reasons why he wanted to destroy the planet. This is the Super Saiyan of legend. Bardock launches up at Frieza, and quickly, Frieza tries to raise his power as much as possible. Bardock lands a direct hit, and actually does some damage, knocking Frieza right out of his space pod. Frieza wipes the blood away from his face. The Saiyan is definitely powerful, but that attack didn't kill him. And even though he doesn't have a scouter right now, Frieza thinks that they might actually be even in power. Or at least just around there. The thing is, Bardock is at a huge disadvantage here. For one, he's not at full strength. Plus, he's almost in space, so the air is very thin up here, making it harder for him to breathe in general. With Bardock's power being around 10,000, this would put him at 500,000, maybe even higher with a small rage boost. But that's at his 100% power. Bardock is nowhere near close to that. He's injured. He almost died against Frieza just now, and he's in an environment where he shouldn't even be fighting. He did land a good hit on Frieza, and Frieza was briefly stunned with fear at seeing the Super Saiyan, but now he's just infuriated. The two briefly exchange blows, and it becomes very apparent that Bardock's not able to keep up. Although, Frieza can't just kill Bardock easily, but he commends Bardock for transforming. This confirms just what he thought. The Super Saiyan is real, and it definitely is powerful, but nowhere near as powerful as Lord Frieza. And Frieza even admits, had Bardock caught him completely off guard with his full power, he might have even won against Frieza. But unfortunately for him, this is where that battle ends. But he will give Bardock one last display of his strength. A fierce ki surrounds Frieza as he yells, powering up once more. The power of his first form alone isn't enough for this. And Bardock doesn't know what he means. His first form? Frieza chuckles, holding up 4 fingers. He has 4 forms right now, and Bardock's gonna get the honor of seeing his second one, a form that not many people get to see. Bardock tries attacking once more, but it's already too late. Frieza's mid-transformation and his power has already grown significantly, and the transformation fully completes, with second form Frieza standing there, looking much more intimidating than before. Frieza makes eye contact with Bardock and smirks, launching towards him at immense speeds, with both his horns piercing right through Bardock's torso. Bardock coughs up blood, immediately losing the transformation, and Frieza throws Bardock off of him. The attack already dealt a critical blow, and Frieza laughs seeing that the Super Saiyan is no more. He's still alive, but he clearly can't maintain that power any longer. But Frieza does comment on it. How poetic. The Super Saiyan is going to die with his planet. Bardock's eyes weakly look at Frieza once again. He sees one last vision. It's Kakarot. And in his last moments, Bardock actually smiles. Kakarot will be the one to defeat Frieza. He'll become the Super Saiyan. It's real, and if Bardock could do it, Kakarot can. He'll become the next Super Saiyan and defeat Frieza while he's at it. But Bardock's life is quickly extinguished right after. A powerful death beam flies right through him, also striking the planet, with no one even noticing. But the beam continues firing, then expanding outwards, puncturing out the other side of the planet. Not only did it pierce Bardock's heart, but it pierced the core of planet Vegeta. The planet's immediately unstable, and seconds later, it completely detonates, as Frieza channels even more power into it, incinerating Bardock in the process. He places a hand on the wound on his face, the bruise left from Bardock. To think, a Saiyan could even injure him. Frieza then powers down, back into his first form. He doesn't know what to think. He almost lost his composure, but he kept it in front of Bardock. He couldn't show fear to that Super Saiyan. On one hand, Frieza is concerned because the Super Saiyan is real, but on the other hand, it doesn't seem like the Super Saiyan is a threat. He eliminated pretty much all of the Saiyans here, and even then, if any were to survive, that was one of the strongest Saiyans he encountered, and that's all he can muster in Super Saiyan? It just seems to be some sort of normal transformation. Sure, the power boost is immense, but not enough to even match his second form. It barely matches first form. This does confirm his paranoia, and now he really needs to make sure every Saiyan must die. Of course, pretty much every Saiyan was on planet Vegeta at the time, except for a few, with 3 of them being known by the Frieza Force, Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz. Frieza calls Vegeta's crew over, and they're obviously still alive, just like he thought. Well, at least that's 3 of them that they could track down. So he calls them all in. It's inconspicuous at first. He gives news of what happened to Planet Vegeta, and simply asks if any other Saiyans are still alive because it seems like everyone died on that planet. They already did hear the news, but honestly, they don't really care too much. And as far as they know, there's not really any other Saiyans out there. Of course, Raditz knows about Kakarot, and Vegeta knows about Tarble, but they don't say that. They simply say as far as they know, they're the last few Saiyans. They honestly don't expect Frieza to do anything right at the moment, but still, they're not just going to give him that information. Frieza looks out his window. They're in the spot where Planet Vegeta once was. There's just rubble floating out there. And he turns back to the Saiyans. It seems like it's just them. They're the last survivors of the Saiyan race. As far as he knows, every other Saiyan was on that planet. And judging by the story of these 3 Saiyans, no others are out there. A slight smile then appears on Frieza's face. He instantaneously moves right in front of the 3, puncturing his left hand through Nappa and his right hand through Raditz, killing them swiftly. And Vegeta is then caught by Frieza's tail, held there watching as Frieza dislodges both of his hands from the 2 dead Saiyans. And with that, Vegeta is the last of his kind. He says it's a shame. Vegeta could have been such a great warrior. But now that he knows the Super Saiyan exist, they all must go. And this shocks Vegeta. The Super Saiyan is real? Well, not anymore. Frieza thought he would at least let him know that before he died. You know, it does give him great pleasure to tell Vegeta that. Letting him know that the Super Saiyan wasn't just a rumor. But even so, it wasn't nearly enough to do anything. The Super Saiyan was still a weakling in Frieza's eyes. But Vegeta laughs. So that's why Frieza was asking about any other Saiyans. He was worried about another Super Saiyan rising up, wasn't he? And Frieza's smirk turns into a scowl. He lifts a finger up, charging a death beam, saying he'll have to worry no longer. But Vegeta's last words are chosen very wisely. Vegeta only knows of 2 other Saiyans out there, but comes up with a very good lie. Even if Frieza kills him here, he can leave him with that immense paranoia that he felt before. Actually, an even greater paranoia. And he simply tells Frieza, there are more Saiyans out there. Not 1, not 2, but many more. And those are just the ones that Vegeta knows about. Did he really expect that all the Saiyans would be on that planet at once? How does Frieza think these 3 made it by? And he yells at Vegeta, saying he's lying about it. There's no way there's any other Saiyans out there. And Vegeta simply asks if he really wants to test that theory out. It's not like he has any info either. He has no clue where they are. But even if he did, he wouldn't tell Frieza. And Vegeta already knows what's next for him. He's going to be tortured by Frieza, and inevitably killed. But he won't let that happen. Vegeta suddenly starts glowing, charging all of the power that he has within him, still held in Frieza's tail. And there's a massive explosion of energy, completely destroying the room of the ship that they're standing in. Nearly all the soldiers in there are sucked into space, with some of them even being killed in Vegeta's final explosion. Frieza wasn't damaged at all, but he knows why Vegeta did that. He knew what was coming next, and this way, he gave Frieza one last FU. The secrets of the Saiyans die with Vegeta. But Frieza thinks to himself, that can't be right. Vegeta was lying there, wasn't he? That couldn't have been the truth. Although, it could be the truth. He wonders what his next course of action will be. What should he do next? Maybe they should start looking for more Saiyans, but where would he even go for that? And while Vegeta may have died, he accomplished his goal. He instilled fear within Frieza. Frieza keeps trying to tell himself the Super Saiyan is of no concern. But what if there's a stronger one to rise up? He'll have his army search for others, even if it's going to take a while. We skip many years ahead. Moving over to Earth. As for Goku, his life goes normal. None of this will affect how he grows up. He still did make it to planet Earth after all. And the story of Dragon Ball goes pretty much the same, up until after the 23rd World Tournament. And for 5 years after that. This new tale on Earth begins with Goku and Gohan going to Kame House. There's a nice reunion planned, and hopefully, no evil alien brother is going to find Goku there. And this time, it actually doesn't happen. The reunion is pretty peaceful, and it's a lot of fun. And no one dies here, so by default, it's better. But while Goku's living life perfectly okay here, that doesn't mean his life is free of threats. We will cover Frieza a little bit later on. But now let's cover this new story on Earth, because without any Saiyans here, obviously the Saiyan saga isn't going to happen. So the story takes a massive turn here. Piccolo is still around though. It's been 5 years since his loss against Goku. He's been planning an attack on him, even creating a brand new attack, one that should be able to kill Goku. But the issue with it is it takes too long to charge. It's not like Goku's just going to let him sit there and charge that, because he kind of needs to do that for it to work. And he does consider doing a sneak attack. You know, maybe just finding Goku at his house one day, charging that attack, and then striking one unnoticed. But there's a few issues with that. Piccolo wants to be blatant about his attack. That's way too cowardly for him. Plus, that doesn't really mean he wins with his own strength. It won't be fulfilling enough. If he kills Goku, it has to be in a true battle. He needs to prove his superiority. Killing him while he's off guard with his charged attack like that won't be enough for Piccolo. He needs to beat him with his own strength, not with a hit and run strategy like that. Goku may still be beyond him, even with this new special attack. And by now, it's already been 5 years. What's he gonna do? As for Goku, at some point, he probably would decide to train with Kami again. This is actually inspired by his reunion at Kame House. He and Krillin decide they want to get back at training, growing even stronger than before. Krillin thinks this could be great for both of them. They can go up to Kame together, training there in the lookout, growing far stronger than anybody else. And the duo of best friends ascends up there. Goku would actually love to take Gohan, but it's not really going to work out too much. There's no reason for him to go there, so Chi-Chi's not really going to allow it. And at his age, it's probably going to be a little bit too much. He can't go to Kami's lookout right off the bat, even if Chi-Chi did allow it. And when they're up there, Kami wonders if Goku has outgrown their training. He's grown incredibly strong, and Kami's taught him so much, but Goku knows that Kami could teach him even more. And Kami says it's not necessarily that, it's if he wonders if Goku's ready for another level of training. Well, he had tried the Room of Spirit in time before, but even that might be a little bit too much of a step up. And Goku says he is fine with training here, but if Kami does have an idea that's in the middle, then yeah, he'd be up for that. Something above their usual training, but not as intense as the Room of Spirit in time. And Kami hatches the perfect plan. He actually does have an idea. He tells Goku about King Kai, saying that maybe he could send him there. But it's not going to happen right away. He needs Goku to prepare first. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to pass Snake Way and make it there, and he'll just die on the way. Krillin thinks this sounds awesome, but doesn't think that he can go. Although, maybe he can catch up to Goku's own strength as well. Plus, from what Kami says, this training sounds really intense, but Goku doesn't care. He's up for that. He'll train as hard as he needs to go to King Kai's next. And his training with Kami begins once more, this time with his best friend Krillin there. But a few weeks later during their training, someone unexpected arrives on the lookout, someone that Kami kind of expected to arrive. It's Piccolo, having returned once more to face Goku again. He assumed that Goku might be up here, and Kami thinks this might actually be perfect for Goku's training. Both of them did actually expect Piccolo to show up again sometime soon, and he knows that this time around, Goku will defeat Piccolo again, a lot easier than before. And no one's too concerned to see Piccolo here, and Piccolo wonders why they're acting so casual about this. They should be terrified. But Goku tells Piccolo that he has been training. Even though he did slack off for a bit, that was because he had a kid. Right now, he's better than ever, and more than ready to fight Piccolo. Kami even says he'll let them fight on the lookout, as long as they don't destroy anything. But Goku actually has a better idea. Why not up the stakes? Why not go in the Room of Spirit in time? And Kami says that doesn't sound like a really good idea, but you know what? Piccolo's up for it. It'll make for a much more intense battle, and it'll make it even more satisfying to kill Goku in there. If that's where Goku wants to die, then so be it. And the two actually go in the Room of Spirit in time. Goku has been in here before, and it was way too intense for him, and it still is kind of intense, but as long as they don't go too deep into it, it won't be too bad. This realm is completely wide open, and there's more intense conditions farther out that'll push them. It's the perfect place for a battle. And with this, round 2 of Goku vs. Piccolo begins. And Piccolo wonders why Goku chose this location. Is he really that cocky that he thinks he could win even in these conditions? Or is it just because he wanted to have more fun with the battle, more of a handicap? But actually, no. Goku's completely confident in his strength, and he knows that he could beat Piccolo here. It's mainly because this does make it more fun for them. And it's not like Piccolo can use his attack here either. It's going to take far too long to charge, and this is a much faster paced battle, even faster paced than their 23rd World Tournament fight. And no matter what Piccolo tries, he can't beat Goku. Goku beats Piccolo once more. And just like the last time, it's not like he kills Piccolo either. Honestly, it's not like they can anyways because of Kami. But he thanks Piccolo for the fight, and says that he looks forward to their next battle. He can tell Piccolo's been training a lot, and he has grown far stronger. Piccolo accepts the defeat. He's not enraged or anything, just disappointed in his own strength. He wonders how Goku was able to grow like this. And honestly, Piccolo even contemplates trapping everybody in here. He could destroy the door and trap Goku here. But again, that wouldn't satisfy him. He wants to win with his own strength, fair and square. He may be a villain, but he has standards for himself. His goal isn't just killing Goku. He wants to defeat him completely, shatter his pride and confidence, topple him with his own amazing power. And for that reason, he tells Goku, one day he'll win. He commends Goku's power but says that strength won't last for long. In their next battle, Piccolo will surely be victorious. He just wanted to see where Goku was at right now, just so he can gauge that power. And surprisingly enough, the two of them exit the Room of Spirit in time, with Piccolo descending back to the surface, leaving without doing anything else. Krillin actually looks on pretty dumbfounded. He's surprised that Piccolo fought that honorably, and Goku wonders if he's changed, even if just a little, or maybe it's just a pride thing. Honestly, he's not too sure. They'll find out soon enough though. Far away, King Kai is monitoring the universe. He knows that he'll have a new student soon, and he was actually pretty pleased to see the results of Goku and Piccolo's fight. Kami already told him that Goku will arrive soon enough, but as he looks more into Goku, he figures out that he's not an Earthling. King Kai can immediately tell. He's actually a Saiyan, one that was sent here long ago. He knew there was a Saiyan here on Earth, but didn't realize it was the same one that's training with Kami now. And to see him like this, it's pretty interesting, and it leaves King Kai with a little bit of a dilemma. There's no doubt that Goku's determination will bring him to King Kai's planet, but he wonders if this is something he should tell Goku when he comes here, because there's a lot of baggage with telling him that he's a Saiyan. He doesn't know if Goku's ready to learn who the Saiyans are, or if he even wants to know that. But more importantly, it makes King Kai wonder about the legend of the Super Saiyan, knowing about the one that fought against Frieza. That wasn't enough, but maybe it is a good shot at actually defeating Frieza, getting rid of him for good in that universe. And as King Kai contemplates what's next, this is where we'll leave off for now. What do you guys think about this part? And what do you think is going to happen next if this continues? Leave any thoughts or suggestions in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already, especially if you want to help out the channel, or if you just want to see more parts of this series or any other videos like it. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.